Meanwhile, other, unexpected participants also raced to the Northern Heights region for the tournament. This revealed the most unexpected of partnerships formed.
Yes, I can't believe it. We're actually flying to the North Pole to see Santa. I hope he doesn't forget about the motor scooter I wished for last year.
Motor scooter? Please. A motor scooter is a mere trinket compared to being teamed with the great and powerful half-genie, Hollylinger Beam.
Wait. You're a half-genie? I could have sworn that you were one of Santa's little elves coming with us to travel to the North Pole to get a personal wish granted.
You're right. I was completely focused on something else. Anyways, do you like my winter attire? I'm sure to get all the attention of every elf including Santa to get my Christmas wish granted.
If you're an elf, what would you wish for since you practically live on the North Pole?
Well, it's a bit complicated for you to understand right now. But, let's just say I have something that's missing and I need this wish granted to get it back. Hey. I have an idea. If you help me win this, I'll make sure you get that motor scooter as well as the best Christmas gifts this year any kid could ask for. What do you say, Caillou?
Yes, this is awesome. Finally, triple the gifts I've wanted after being on the naughty list years in a row. Talk about poetic justice.
Meanwhile, in the cemetery of Almagist, this happened.
Yes, General Vek. You summoned me for something urgent. Moreover, why did you have me to dress up in this pink Christmas elf costume? Is this some kind of prank?
Quite the contrary, actually. You've been with me long enough to know that I'm not one for practical jokes. This is the perfect outfit for you to wear once we've entered the Northern Heights region tournament.
Tournament, you say?
Yes. This year, Jolly Old St. Nick is going to be hosting the event. The winning team will get one wish granted. If it's within Santa's power, it can be granted. That wish can include the Northern Heights region itself falling into Almagist rule.
I see. That's very ambitious.
Just think. For centuries, that region has remained completely isolated from Almagist influence, ever since Rasputin was banished. However, that's about to change. Soon, we'll be taking the vacant position Antispur left behind in his defeat. Are you prepared for this, Julia?
Yes. This is just the perfect opportunity needed for us to rank up to the status of the hero slayers or even as overlords. Let's do this, General Vek.
It was only a matter of time before the Almagist forces were back to their old shenanigans.
In the Northern Heights region, Santa is a very big name around these parts. People travel from the ends of the earth just to meet him, and I mean all sorts of people.
Welcome, all of you lovely contestants. I'm your host, the one and only, Jolly Old Saint Nick, Santa Claus himself, in the flesh. It's a wonderful pleasure to meet you all. First off, I'd like to meet the representatives of each of the participating teams. Let's start with you, young lady carrying a sword and dressed in purple, knight armor.
No way. How's this even possible? How have you survived for over centuries? There has to be some kind of explanation for this.
Well, I must admit that your skepticism is quite valid, but as long as humanity still carries the spirit of giving and generosity during the holidays, or should I say my elves and heir will continue to remain. So, I take it that you're Princess Violet, the Esteban duelist who received the personal invite from Lady Velda herself. She's told us a lot about both you and your team's victories in the Esteban tournament. You're quite the living legend.
Well, I don't think I'm anything special. I'm learning and training myself. In all honesty, Velda was no pushover herself. In fact, both her and her team helped us out significantly against the hero slayers.
That's very modest of you. That's a wonderful trait in this day and age. I truly want to see your team win this event. Good luck to you all. Will the next representative please step forward? No. Why him? Anyone but him.
Yes, Santa, it's been a while. Aren't you glad to see me?
No, not really. Let me guess. You came to pick up your annual lump of coal in person this year?
Haha. Very funny. This year, our team is going to change the status quo. You may as well send the rest of the other teams back home because the only team that's going to win this tournament is my team.
I doubt it. But, it should be mildly entertaining to see you struggle against your opponents. So, I'll be sure to grab a cold beer and popcorn during your matches.
A cold fish, as usual. But, mark my words. You'll be paying what you owe this year, old man.
My apologies for the mild interruption. Will the representative step forward?
Of course, I'm Alan, representative of Velda's team. We are glad to have Lady Violet and her team visit us from the bustling lands of Esteban, but be sure to make the travel distance worthwhile.
I'm Julia, a first-time duelist in these tournaments. It's a wonderful experience to be able to travel and participate in such an entertaining event.
Greetings. I am Rob, a crash dummy representative for my team of automations. We're the old models from Avalon's Vanguard and joining the tournament to find further excitement in our retirement.
Pardon me, sir. Can robots literally join the fighting tournament? I've never seen anything like this before.
Well, it's not like there's a specific rule that prevents them from participating. If anything, their involvement will make the tournament even more exciting and unpredictable.
The other team representatives left Santa's presence feeling quite content, well, all except Caillou. One can only wonder what that mischievous little rascal is up to. Who knows?
After the meeting with Santa, this happened.
Why that self-righteous, old geezer? Just who does he think he is brushing me off like that? He humiliated me in front of all the other team representatives. Just because I've been on the naughty list for over a decade doesn't mean that you can just automatically assume that I'm up to no good.
Whoa. For that long? I've never heard of any case study lasting that long for so many years in a row. I guess you must be a heptathlete for making the naughty list.
Hey, don't rub it in.
Oh, relax. This will just make our team's inevitable victory all the more shocking to everyone else in the tournament. I have a secret plan to turn the tides completely in our favor. Isn't that right, Cash Wintergreen?
Right, so tell me again, how exactly did you sucker me into helping your team out again?
Why, you saw that our team was lacking the manpower the other teams had and decided to be a gentleman and give a young lady and a teenager a little helping hand in the tournament. Besides, you could never say no to these adorable puppy eyes, could you?
Fine, whatever.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you asking Santa about those robots being a part of the tournament. Well, I'm glad we have an extra player on our team.
Don't get the wrong idea. I joined this team because you clowns clearly need help against those other teams. However, I expect a nice cut of the proceeds once our team wins this thing.
Of course. You have my word.
Elsewhere, this happens.
So, I take it that everything went smoothly in your meeting with Santa?
Yes. The meeting was a breeze. The human disguise was a perfect fit for the occasion. This tournament is going to be an easy win for us.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Julia. Our strength is formidable. However, we always carry backup whether we need it or not. That's why the Mubarak has successfully created special kinds of pseudo to fight alongside us. Take a look at your phone screen.
Goodness, just what kind of pseudo is that? I've never seen anything like it before in my life.
Do you like it? These special grade pseudo were created by mixing the usual pseudo ingredients with the essence of deplorable snowmen and other aquatic monsters. These pseudo are the perfect invaders to conquer the Northern Heights region. Now, we have both the strength and numbers to overthrow Santa and his little helpers. Are you ready for this?
I swear, we just can't turn around and leave them aboard to their own devices for just like 5 seconds. They're already trying to create pseudo to overthrow the Northern Heights region next. Like, wow, like what else is there? But anyways, Violet and Ike continued their swordplay and out there into the winter forest until they heard something else off in the distance. It seemed to be Velda.
All right, just a bit more. Whoa, that was exhausting. I've been charging my own power behind every shot since this morning. I still gotta keep at it and show Princess Violet that my skills are as good as ever.
That was a great shot on that crash dummy. I must say you've certainly been honing your archery since last we met.
Violet. Yes, it's been so long. I'm so happy you've made it.
Both the other team representatives and myself have already been introduced to Santa Claus. We were expecting to see you there. Where were you?
Doing this out here, as you can see. Alan insisted that he'd be the representative for our team to be introduced to Santa. If you ask me, it's probably because he's still salty for not being able to do much during the Esteban tournament. It's just his coping mechanism.
Yeah, that would make sense.
As for me, I can't afford to slack off, especially after you've come far just to accept my selfish request. I'm doing what I can make our match worth the wait.
It's not selfish at all. In fact, I'm really glad you invited me here. This place is truly a winter wonderland. You're surrounded by joy, jolly elves and the big, red man himself. This has to be the happiest place on Earth.
Tourists say that all the time. However, just like everywhere else on Earth, this place too even has its ups and downs. Although, I do see the appeal.
While Santa and I spoke, he said a lot of good things about me from you. However, I told him that you were the MVP during the Hero Slayer invasion.
Well, I helped mainly because those monsters interrupted our duel in my team and I spent a lot of money traveling to Esteban, only for a cancellation that we knew we wouldn't likely get refunded. Besides, those zombies and that dark elf made excellent punching bags. So, I guess you could say that we did get a match. It just wasn't the intended opponents.
You know, that's a really humorous way to look at it. Instead of fighting you, I instead fought Noel. The tournament itself ended in a draw that day. However, now we can finally have that burning question resolved. Let's both agree to do our best.